Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline. We've been doing this show since October 11th, 2011. We're in Bethel Park. It's out of BP TV. You can watch us on Comcast 7. You can also watch us on Verizon 32 in Bethel Park and everywhere in the Pittsburgh area from Nemacolin to Cranberry, Wexford. So this show's taped on Monday night. It'll get edited, and it'll be up on TV Wednesday night, 7 o'clock to 8. We have a steady block of time, Tuesday through Saturday night. Every night it's 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. You can watch our show. We're on 5 nights a week, and I've heard we're even on Monday day sometimes and even Sunday. So check it out. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. I have bad news about my co-host. He's the nicest guy in the world, the best smile in the world. He goes into the hospital 2 weeks ago because he thought he had pneumonia. Well, after 47 pounds, one artery was blocked 100% to 80% blockages. They operated on him last Monday. He is now home resting comfortably, and he'll go to the doctor on Friday, and we'll see when he's allowed to venture out so we can do some shows. So I'm going to do another show without Smoking Jim Frazier, and our opening segment is sponsored by Skeets Lewandowski Skeets Service Station in Finleyville. It's right about 7 miles down the road on 88. He sponsors What's on Your Mind, and that's the first question of the night. I usually ask Smoking Jim what's on his mind, and he entertains you. I'll tell what's on my mind right now. Pittsburgh Penguins. How could you not be a Penguin fan? I predicted a repeat, said it would last 6 games, and they're playing tonight. This is Monday night, so you already know who won or lost when you see this, but they're playing tonight, and this is the 6th game of the series. I predicted the Penguins will win. I'm staying with that. Ovechkin got that choking disease, and he's had it for about 10 years. And we've held this series. Fleury's been playing like a brick wall, 50, 60 shots. The players are all over the place, stopping the puck. It's just amazing. We got scoring from guys we didn't even expect. And tonight we're going to win this game. So that's what's on my mind. I got to bring up my first guest. Angelo Magnone, will you come on up? Have a seat. I got both mics. The one broadcasted there, I'll put that on you, and I'll put this so it's on the TV. Thanks for coming back to us. I heard you were up at the Campitis that I grew up on in Dormont.
Yeah, I went to the wrong one at first and still made it on time, though. Luckily.
Hey, I like that. All the way from Steubenville.
Yep.
How long's the trip take?
45.
Well, the way you drive 40 minutes, I understand that. I'll ask your co-pilot.
Right.
Definitely. Who'd you bring with you?
What's that? My wife, she's back there.
What's her name?
Jasmine.
Jasmine, it's always a pleasure to see you and have you here. You get to hear us now, and I think I had something on boxing somewhere in here that might be of interest to you. Got a few different things. Will you hold that up?
Yes.
Explain that to the folks here, what you're doing. This is one of my heroes in the sport. He's a promoter, puts rings together. I met him putting some rings together at the Meadows. We become friends. Now I got to have him on the show to explain what he does. Tell us.
We're bringing boxing back to Rivers Casino this summer. Last summer, we did a show there. It was Rivers Rumble 5, and we're bringing the 6.
Great show.
Thank you. We're bringing the 6 and 7 edition this year, and Rivers Rumble 6, June 24th, has a pretty good lineup.
Hold that up for him a little.
This
He's
is
going
the
to he'll get a close-up of that in your face.
doesn't have any fighters, but we're on it. But we're featuring Bill Hutchinson from Pittsburgh. We have undefeated Justin Steve from Weirton.
Justin's been on our show, The Hawk.
Yep, he's always exciting to watch.
Huge fan base in West Virginia for some unknown reason.
Oh yeah, who knows why? Hard to tell.
They come out. It's amazing. Yep. Cutest little son. and then we had a match race at the Meadows. They have celebrities race horses. We actually ride with a driver. And I predicted I'd win because this has been the second time I was doing it. So I said, Justin, would you come out and do it? He was fearless. He went out there and ran from wire to wire, won the race, crushed us. Legendary.
Yep.
So
that's him.
That's the kind of people you have boxing there.
Yep. We'll have a good line. Undefeated Matt Conway will be featured also.
That sweet child.
Sweet child, yep. Going for 9-0. He'll be in a good fight. And we have a lot of really good fights scheduled. We just got a guy, Mark Daly, who's going to be featured on the card also.
Where's he from?
He's from Pittsburgh also, and so we'll have a lot of Pittsburgh talent and a couple guys from throughout the East Coast.
I just love that venue at the Rivers in the River. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a real nice venue. It's everyone from last year. Can't wait to go back.
You'll pack it in again.
Yep, that's the plan.
Definitely. And thanks for those tickets for Smoking Jim and I. We'll be there.
Of course.
And we'll help promote.
Yeah, of course.
That's why we got you here.
Yep.
It works out that way.
Yep.
Tell them your name.
Angelo Magnone, boxing promoter from Steubenville, Ohio.
Because I mispronounced some of that stuff, so I wanted to get...
You got it right.
Did I get it right? Okay.
I was telling her I thought you were going to say it wrong, but you got it right.
Okay, good. I try to do that. As the talking machine, I could talk.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Definitely.
You're good.
We try to keep promoting that. Now, how long ago did you get started doing this? Because I've asked you before, but I'm not sure if I've done it on air.
2013. This is the 4th year, and we're hoping to, keep it the bigger venues like Rivers and Mountaineer and keep boxing relevant around here. And
well, it's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
You went to college, right?
Yep, I did.
I could tell you're college educated. You're not just slapping rings together.
No, I'm not.
You're beyond that.
Yeah.
Because some of the guys just slapping the rings together are still doing that.
Yeah, I'm just cheap, so I do the work myself.
I appreciate honesty. I don't mind doing the same thing. Look at how we operate with this show. We're at Campiti's Pizzeria, opened up in Bethel Park. It's their second shop. Mm-hmm. I love their pizza. You'll have to try a slice or two.
I think I'm going to on the way out, for sure.
Right. Hey, make sure you get it in a brown paper bag to take home.
Easier to throw away.
Exactly. They've been doing it over 50 years.
Mm-hmm. Give it a shot.
Yeah, that'll help. So you've been doing this since 2013. What got you into it? What'd you do before?
Well, I was fighting and started promoting.
I'm trying to drag us out of you. I got to ask the questions.
Promoting and fighting, and then I said, I'm just going to promote. Had to get rid of one of them. I thought the promoting was a little easier. So.
Well, you don't get hit as much.
Don't get hit as much. Not planned, at least.
Well, some of these fights, it amazes me that you're a matchmaker. You put them together, and you got guys that, for some reason, forget to get their medical or do little things that you're supposed to do. And then they see the guy they're fighting, and they back out because he's too tough.
Yeah, it happens. I mean,
it's the nature of the beast. I give you credit. I'm a patient man. I waited a few minutes. We didn't have a camera card. My man had to go back to the studio, so he got the memory card. We're all good. Jeff got us set up. So I'm patient. I know what it's like to deal with adversity. But the boxing scene and MMA scene with how people drop in and out, and then they cry that you're not putting them in the right category when their weights are right there. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's hard to please everybody in this. You can't really. It's pretty impossible.
I don't think you're shooting for it. I think you're shooting to get the event out there.
Yeah, you can't please everybody. You just got to know. And, the sooner you realize that, the sooner you quit making as many mistakes, I guess. Trust me.
Well, I think you learned it pretty quickly, especially since you're boxing. Where did you grow up?
Weirton, West Virginia.
Is that where you're from?
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yep. First time I pulled that out.
Yep.
Ah, nice to know. And where'd you go to college?
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green? Yep, Bowling. What took you there? Did you play football or something?
Yep.
How'd I guess?
I don't know. I'm skinny now. You can't. Hard to tell. That's a good guess.
What position?
DN.
Get out. You got good hands.
No.
Throwing people around.
Tackle. I had to tackle people.
I know.
Couldn't catch.
That's why they put you there. Mm-hmm. And did you play 4 years?
Yep.
And you boxed the whole time?
No, I didn't box till I. No boxing.
You didn't start boxing until late in life.
Mm-hmm.
You're unusual in this area.
Started late.
Get out. What got you going with boxing after football? You had to do something?
Some people talked me into it, and I don't know what I was.
You got good, close friends.
Yeah, best friends.
Hopefully you weren't drinking at the time or anything like that.
Nah.
Okay, good. I can only imagine. So how many fights did you have?
I had eight amateur fights and then just 3 pro fights. And after the 3rd pro fight, I just hung it up.
You'd rather make money on the other end once you develop the system.
I'd rather try at least, yeah.
I'm not saying you're making money now. Come on now. You've only been doing this 4 years. It's a struggle.
Yeah, it's, something.
Whoa, it's whistling on us.
Yep.
Come on. What happened here with this sound? Doesn't want that truth coming out.
I don't know.
Well, what's in the future? We got June 24th.
Well, we're at June 10th. We're in Wellsburg, West Virginia. We have a pro-am there, and then
you're always slipping something in there,
we
West
got some
Virginia.
other
I
shows.
see that. I saw a blurb on that.
Yeah, the West Virginia show, June 10th, will be an exciting show also. And then we're back at Rivers August 12th, and then at the end of the summer.
August 12th, you'll be back.
Yep, 7 weeks later, and then we got September 3rd, Labor Day. We'll be back in Mountaineer. So we're just
get out. Keep me in mind,
For sure,
we don't mind visiting and putting some of these fighters on, and once in a while they go like this.
Yeah, show a
little support. I'm about the PR.
Right.
On Facebook, I'll blow it out there.
No doubt.
Make sure people know. What else is on your schedule? You got this year pretty well planned out?
Yeah, we got 4 this summer, and the end of the year is still to be announced, but we'll definitely have a show at the end of the year around Thanksgiving or before Christmas.
Is that the plan? That's a full card in these fights here, too.
Yeah.
From what you were describing.
Yeah.
I like the fighters.
Yeah, we get 10 fights usually every show. The Rivers cards will have at least 6 professional fights, each one of those.
Is that what you shoot for?
Shoot for at least 6 in the all pros. In West Virginia, we usually have at least 10 amateur and professional combined, so we try to give the fans their money's worth.
Hey, your last West Virginia thing was magnificent.
Thank you.
Smoking Jim drove. We were a little late. He left about an hour early, said we got there right for the first fight. Even we missed the first 4 amateurs.
Yep. Still had a lot of action to catch up on.
That's what I'm here to talk about. The action was amazing. There were fights or some knockdowns, just some great quality talent that you've pulled together. I noticed that with your fights.
Thank you. Yeah, we brought some guys in. We got a guy in from New York the last show. We got the #1 heavyweight out of the amateurs who's 8-0 now. Darmani Rock both came in. And, of course, the local guys, Justin Steve, Joey Holt, and Matt Conway.
Justin Steve was pleasing that crowd with that knockout.
He has been. He's definitely developing quite the reputation when he gets in the ring, and look forward to him June 24th also.
What's funny is, as a talking machine, I can talk, and I was telling somebody, you got to watch his right. He can knock you to the ground, bang.
Yeah, he can do it with either hand, really.
And I've seen him in the MMA ring. Or in a cage.
He's scary in the cage, too.
He's a tough guy, and he's fearless.
Yep.
And if you talk to him like us, he's been on the show a couple times, different locations. Nicest guy in the world.
Yep.
You wouldn't even know. You go like, hey, you want to have a talking machine Big Mouth burger? He come down to Atria's. Mm-hmm. He goes, I'm cutting weight. I can't do it. I said, come back when you can. He did, and he ordered one up, and took a photo. But nicest guy. It's nice to see success with guys like that. You only have a window that's so big. Mm-hmm. And when that window closes, yours closed after 3 fights by choice. And friends.
Yeah. More by choice.
Okay.
Smart choice.
Yes. But that's unusual, because people want to fight. Guy calls me up. He's a mailman, boxer in his 40s. Called me up, wanted to know if I had the tape of the last fight that Smokin' Jim filmed. I said, no. I said, are you still fighting? I said, I remember a couple years ago you were eating a 12-inch hoagie before your fight. He goes, I delivered mail all day. I was hungry. So,
long day.
I hear all these stories. You see guys eating. You see them cutting weight. Mm-hmm. You see them have to go out and run around again and spit.
I don't know how they do it. I never could cut weight. Never did.
What weight did you fight at?
Well, I was talking about I used to wrestle, and I never cut weight either. 161, I wrestled 170.
Here, I wrestled in 8th grade. When they told me in 9th grade you got to cut weight, I stuck with football.
Yep, that's definitely the better part, football, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't mind that, but no, it's amazing. And what you do, and you live in Steubenville. And you travel to all these venues. I appreciate you coming out here. Anything else that we missed that I didn't put out? Hey, shout out to Mark Yankello and his daughter Ashley. They gave me this.
Yep.
Said we'd share it with you. I'm glad we could.
Yep.
What else do you got happen? What do you want to shout out to anybody or
anyone in Pittsburgh this summer? June 24th, I think will be it'll be the one of the better shows that happen in Pittsburgh this summer, and we'll have a lot of good talent. Bill Hutchinson will be fighting for his first title as a professional.
That's amazing. He has quite a following here. He sells the tickets. By the way, what are the ticket prices?
General admission is going to be $30. We have reserved seats starting at $50. And
I almost forgot to bring that out.
Yeah. Yep, we'd have forgot.
I just looked down and caught it.
Just visit mademenboxing.com and you can get any answer you need for any upcoming event. And
you have great information on there. I go there and spy on it.
Thank you.
I appreciate what you do out there.
Yep.
Want to thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
Glad we got you in and out.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Take care. I got to bring up our next guest. Valerie, are you in the house? It's after 6 o'clock. I think I can talk to you now. I got to bring up a lady who's a doctor.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Tell them your name.
Valerie Donaldson.
It's a pleasure having you. We did phone tag a little bit.
We did.
Did texting, and you left me a message to call after 6, and I was busy the next 5 days after 6 o'clock. So
That's right.
that's why I talked to you the other day.
Yeah, because I called you.
Yes.
Finally.
Definitely. It worked out. Tell me what you're a doctor of.
I do regenerative medicine.
I like that. Can you make me younger?
Yes, I can.
That's what I was hoping for. My telomeres, I need them to duplicate a little faster if you could help me.
Absolutely.
Would that be good?
That would be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do I need to do?
You need to take a supplement called
Okay.
telomerase.
Telomerase.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Telomerase, you said that right. Yeah, which is actually astragalus.
Astragalus. I'm
Astragalus.
familiar with that.
Yeah.
I
So
know
it's-
about some of this. I'm a bit of a health nut, doing different things. Like I'll put turmeric in my tea. I'll put real ginger, mix up different things. I take a tablespoon of coconut oil a day to keep me healthy.
Yeah, those are all good things.
I know. That's why I mentioned it.
Calorie restriction is good too.
I know. And I drink 6 to 12 cups of my loose leaf green tea
That's great.
every day.
Absolutely.
And I haven't had a sinus infection in 14 years because of that.
Well, did you have them before?
I had them so bad. I'm lucky to have hair, but when I'd brush it, it would hurt.
Oh, wow.
It was just that painful. And my sister said, there's a health magazine. You're a bit of a health nut. Did you know green tea can help? Well, 3 cups of it helps build your immune system.
Yeah.
So I'm a super advocate of please drink green tea. And I do a loose leaf green tea weather report every morning with my first cup of tea.
That's great. That's a good form of advertisement.
Well, there's catechins, polyphenols, all this other good stuff in there, and YGCC and all the rest of that. So I do know a few things.
But no telomerase.
No, I need the astragalus in it.
You need the astragalus in it, yeah.
And I barely said that.
Also colostrum.
Colostrum, that
Colostrum is very anti-aging.
mother's milk.
Mother's milk is very anti-aging, especially from the cow. They produce more
Well, I've
colostrum.
never been this old, and I'm aging as we speak.
There is a man actually, 80 years old, who had his telomeres tested, and he tested at a 37-year-old.
You're kidding. That's amazing. Less than half his age.
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't look.
How
less
do
than
they
that.
get a hold of you, doctor? That's what I'm promoting.
You call
What number?
412-767-9890.
I'm getting old, so you got to repeat that.
412-767-9890.
Do you have a website or anything?
Yes, regenerativemc.com.
Regenerativemc.com.
Medicine.
I got a good memory.
Yeah, you do. It's from the green tea.
It may be. I'll take credit for that. I only had 10 cups today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I had. I'm energetic like this anyhow. They say, do you know you get a lot of caffeine? I said it's 1/6 a cup of coffee. So my 12 cups is like 2 cups of coffee, and you just had 2 in a half an hour. So who has the more caffeine?
There you go.
So that's my argument there. I don't mind arguing a little.
Green tea is definitely a great thing to drink.
I should keep doing it.
Absolutely. Coffee's not bad either, though.
I never liked coffee. I had 3 cups in my whole life. When I worked at the newspaper out in the loading dock, and they bought it for me a few times, and I said, after that, don't buy me any coffee. I like the smell of it.
Yeah. Well, actually, 2 cups of coffee a day is good for you. So,
really?
Yeah. So the people that think that they should not drink coffee, that's actually not true. It's good for you.
I'm noticing a relationship: 12 cups of green tea, 2 cups of coffee.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Works out right.
Yeah.
Got your caffeine fix and
Yeah.
all that other stuff.
Especially bulletproof coffee or tea. That's good. That's what you're
really?
doing, right? Or no?
No.
No.
Just
bulletproof,
tea.
you know that, right?
No, I don't.
No.
You got me.
Okay.
Here, I just drink. I buy coffee at Nicholas Coffee and Tea. I get loose leaf, Lung Ching 4th grade,
Yeah.
China Gunpowder, and Young Hyson. Those are my 3 favorites right now. I've tried white tea, red tea, mixtures of everything.
Okay.
What's this bulletproof?
So bulletproof is adding in medium chain triglycerides in the form of either coconut oil or butter.
I'll get on. So I'm doing it even though I'm taking that tablespoon. I'm eating it.
That's right. But you add it into your tea, along with some collagen peptides. It's good too.
No way.
Yeah. And then you put it all in the blender and blend it up. It froths up like a latte. It's really good.
Get on.
Yeah, it's really good. And really good for you.
Boy, that's nice to talk to somebody that tells you it's really good and it's good for you.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. I might have to start looking into that.
You should try it. It's really amazing.
I'll be dropping that tablespoon right in that cup and put it on high mix there or whatever. So
Yeah.
I have one of those Vitamixes, so it mixes up stuff beautifully.
Perfect.
All right, you may get me started as early as tomorrow.
That'd be good.
I don't know if I'll show that on my loose leaf green tea weather report. I'll
No,
just
you
show
should.
my.
It's because it's a healthy thing to do.
I got that. What else is healthy that I need?
Well, you mean as far as food goes, or other things, or?
I'm just
anything?
talking to you like I know nothing.
One thing that's really healthy for people to do is our sprints. Okay, and sprints are healthy because they help increase your growth hormone.
What's a sprint?
A sprint is 30 seconds of any kind of exercise until you get so short of breath you're panting.
Get out. I like that.
I thought you would. Then you rest for a minute and a half.
30 seconds on, minute and a half rest.
Yeah. So actually at about 15 seconds of doing a sprint where you're exercising to your maximum capacity, you'll feel like you want to give up. And that's right when your growth hormone starts kicking in, so you have to push yourself the other 15 seconds.
HGH kicks in
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
we all produce it.
That's exactly right.
Just like vitamin D. I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
I've been sitting on my deck. Look at that skin tone.
It's great. My skin tone's not as good, but my vitamin D level's 147 because I sit in a window all day.
That's very smart.
Yeah, I don't take any vitamin D.
And 20 minutes of sunshine will get you 20,000 IUs.
That's right.
How do I know these things?
Because you studied them.
I'm not a doctor, but you're cluing me in, doctor. I like that. 187 for your D3.
No, 47.
147.
Not taking any.
Because normal's,
Yeah,
like
normal-
50?
yeah, so
50 would be normal anywhere,
Yeah.
30, 40. Or up here, my sister calls me doctor now, too, because she was short with her D3. Was like 12.
Yeah, that's
She had
really, really low.
thyroid issues, so they started pumping her up on massive doses of D3. And I said, I was telling you got to get D3. She goes, I'm on it now. And it got her up to like 35, 40, and they thought that was good for her.
Yeah, that's because everybody's low in vitamin D. I mean, if my level's 147 sitting in a window all day, what should a normal level be? It should be higher than what they're telling you it is. I would think,
Amen.
you know?
I agree.
Yeah.
No argument from me.
There you go.
I'm for this. That's why it's an honor to have you on my show. I got to ask a few personal questions. Where'd you grow up at?
Rockford, Illinois, on a horse and cattle ranch.
Get out.
Yeah.
What brought you here?
A husband.
Well, that happens.
Yeah.
Well, I've had race horses at the Meadows. That's as close as I got to a horse there.
Yeah.
In Rockford,
Illinois.
and you come here.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school at?
I went to medical college at Rush Medical College in Chicago.
Oh, did you? Great.
First medical school in the whole United States.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a resume. I got to check that resume out.
I only go for the firsts, you know.
I like your style. That's why you weren't our first guest. You're our second guest on Pittsburgh Sportsline. I like the challenge. One
other thing on vitamin D that you should know is that when you start getting sick, if you ever do get sick, you take 200,000 units at one time. And
you know what?
in an hour.
I've heard those stories, and one of your disciples, Bill Franciscus, put that up for people. Like I always tell them, I'll take 5,000 to 10,000 IUs a day during the wintertime. Yeah. In the summer, like now, Smoking Jim calls it a spray tan. I go, there's no spray in this tan. I'm talking to you in the sunshine. And that's what I do. I practice certain things. Because like most baby boomers, I want to live forever and be young. So
you want to feel good.
Yeah, till the day I die.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a good plan?
Yeah. Have lots of energy. Yeah.
You doing that?
Absolutely.
That's good. I won't ask your age then.
Okay.
I'm a gentleman.
Fair.
I'm a gentleman. Even though you come to one of my shows and you had my man Rick Verico there with O2. I learned a lot of good stuff. I was meeting doctors. Dr. Munz was there. He was supposed to be here tonight, and business thing took him away, so he couldn't make it. But you're here.
I'm here.
And how long have you been prescribing medicine and plans of action to keep young? I don't want to know your age. I'm trying to find out if you've been doing it more than 2 years.
Yeah, I've been doing it for about 20 years.
Oh, God bless you. That's so you have a system.
I have a system.
That's why you're on the road.
Absolutely. All across the United States.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's There's a phone ringing now for you.
Yeah, I'm just on my way out to Phoenix to go give somebody stem cells.
Stem cells? Yeah. Their own, or are you getting them? You're
No,
harvesting from somewhere else.
Your own is archaic.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm behind the times.
Yeah, you're behind the times.
I need some stem cells. I want to be like Peyton Manning and get them in my neck.
These are better than your own. They're from umbilical cord lining from C-section.
I heard that's awesome.
Yeah, and they're FDA cleared as tissue transplant.
How expensive are they?
Very expensive.
I'm out of that league. Guess
Yeah,
what? I'll be drinking extra green tea because of you and froth it up.
It's a one and done deal, though, they say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we're trying to prove that out. I mean, this is new, pretty new.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm for the latest in technology and what you can do.
I'll let you know how this gal.
Definitely. If you have any left over, scrape a couple off.
Ask Bill about them.
Yeah, he needs some of that. No, it's just amazing what's out there that can keep you healthy.
It's amazing what's out there that can keep you healthy. It's amazing the number of things out there. The hardest part, I think, as a layperson is knowing what is real and what isn't real. And that's
Well, you know what? People come up with these fads and all the things. Like me, I'm beyond the fads.
Right.
I've been taking vitamins since I was a kid. I tell the story about my dad's cousin was a boxer. He was like, I don't know, 60, 70 years old. I'm 5 or 6 years old. He went out and shadow boxed. Then he ran around 2 miles, come back in, and he opened up this old leather briefcase. He was a vitamin salesman, and he was popping vitamins. And I said, man, what's that about vitamins there? And started taking them as a kid and playing sports and started reading and researching. I'm self-educated here.
Do you know what snake oil was?
No.
It's the echinacea.
Get on.
Yeah.
Wow.
They all were selling
There's a lot of these home remedies that did have a basis in some facts.
They definitely did. Echinacea.
Look at the Indians that were here in America with what they were doing.
Yeah, and do you know why they called it snake oil?
No.
Because they used to go out in the West and have a rattlesnake bite them, and then they'd take their potion, their secret potion, and they wouldn't be affected by the bite.
Get on.
Yeah, no,
Listen to what you learn on Pittsburgh Sportsline. We just don't have sports here. We got health needs, and this is from a medical doctor that's going to keep you young. It'll get rid of these wrinkles, and I can't get my hair to get darker there. I keep shampooing it, and I don't understand what's going on.
I got something coming in that might help that.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I'll contact you. No, I don't care. I'm just happy to have hair, to be honest with you.
That's true, too.
At my advanced age
Yeah,
here.
right. Your young age.
I'm close to 80.
I'm working with a man who's working on extending age to 120 to 150 years old. Good quality age.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's there.
Well, I've been starting to tell people I'm closer to 80 than I am to 35.
Okay.
And it's working out pretty well for me. They say, keep doing what you're doing there.
Yeah.
And being a little chubby keeps those wrinkles to a minimum.
There you go.
That's my little health tips.
You got to keep the calories down.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that expert opinion. Now, when you meet people, do you have a basic plan for them? Come up with a plan? How does that even work? Because, I'm interested in, because people are looking, and you aren't selling snake oil since you described what it was. I appreciate that. But what procedure do you go through? Do you have sheets to fill out for information? And
I usually ask the person what are their first top 3 things that they want.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do they say?
From there. All kinds of stuff. Sometimes they say, I want a new job,
And they go.
Okay, and that's important, actually, So it's important to get
You sound
them
like
out.
all the millennials here. They want to be happy at work.
That's right. You should be happy at work. You should love your work.
I had a nice long career in a production department. It was the most boring job in the world at the Pittsburgh Press and Post Gazette.
But now you're doing what you like, and look how happy you are.
I was happy then
Okay.
because we made some nice money,
Well, that's good.
and I got the heck out of there. But this is much more fun. I'm meeting doctors like you
Yeah.
that are helping me to keep young. You told me how to make my frothy bullet tea.
But at any rate, I do ask them what they want for themselves. because
What's the
every-
top 3 that they would bring up to you? I like to get serious on some of it. I kid around about a lot, as you know, since I have a little sense of humor.
Top 3. Top 1 is probably energy, and then weight loss.
I was
And-
thinking weight loss would be number 1.
Actually, it's energy.
Really?
Yeah, it's energy. Yeah, everybody's fatigued these days. Everybody.
Not me.
And then
I'm energized.
and then sleep. Sleep is
Sleep's sometimes a hard thing to gather.
only
you gotta try.
Exciting life.
It ebbs and it flows.
yeah, absolutely. So those are the top 3, and the reason
I had to narrow it down, Doc, so
yeah, the reason for all of those is often similar, but they all have their little different scenarios. So
it makes sense. We're all individuals and what we're thinking
I do
about.
ask a lot of questions.
How many?
Probably about 50 that you have
50 questions.
you have to answer on.
I'm glad I'm doing the interview.
Yeah.
You would bombard the heck out of me and wait for those answers.
But it's important, like in fatigue, because the kind of fatigue you have is important for me to know, because when I know what kind of fatigue you have, then I can tell what kind of hormone deficiency you might have.
Since we're on fatigue, what fatigue would be prominent?
Well, I was just going to say, for example.
Okay. Well, I figure we're on the same wavelength here.
Yeah. People who wake up in the morning fatigued, and then during the day they're not so fatigued. That's usually
What should they do?
that's low thyroid. Okay?
Okay.
They should take iodine. First thing they should do.
Yeah, but isn't there certain types of iodine that you should look for?
I like liquid iosol iodine.
That's why I'm getting to it, because some people think I can just go to the drugstore, pick up a bottle of iodine, and start taking that.
Yeah, the oldest iodine out there is probably Lugol's iodine, but I've seen iosol liquid iodine work the best out of all the iodines that I've used.
Thanks for that tip.
Except for the guy in Colorado who's making his own iodine right now. And I'm just,
Get on.
yeah, and it's pretty amazing.
You're going to get me on the silver. I believe in taking silver every day.
Yeah, that's good.
I actually had a friend of mine who died last year, but he was making the silver, and I'd get a bottle of it, and now I got to buy it. But I'll buy a bottle of silver and take it. Franco Harris has a company that has silver-infused towels that they put in the silver so it's not as smelly. And he also has a spray that he takes every day. And we talk about, when I see Franco, who's a friend of mine, I'll say, hey, I had my silver today. How'd you do? And he pulls it out of his pocket. He has his spray. Because I believe that it kills every known disease.
It's good stuff. I have a silver gel in the office, and I gave it to 2 mothers when H2N2 was a real big deal. Each one of those mothers had 7 children, and each one of those mothers put that gel on those kids every day before they went to school, and not one of those kids got sick all year.
That's a true blessing. My sinus infections used to get brought home to me come September through December.
Right.
When the kids were young.
Yeah.
They'd be sick. I'd take them to the doctor. They'd get sick, and we'd pass it through the family.
Yeah. So if you get this gel, you just put it all over your face and your hands. When you travel, airplanes, whatever, you can protect yourself against everything.
Well, we're bombarded by so much out there that it's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, absolutely, all the time. And you never know when it's going to hit you.
Right. And people think you turn blue or gray if you're taking that silver, but
no.
Look, I'm more brown.
Silver,
I'm more brown because I'm getting that sun. I take a teaspoon of it a day.
I used to give silver IV to people.
Silver IVs?
Yeah,
All right, doctor, hook me up.
And they work really well for mold.
Oh, I don't have that.
Yeah.
I'm just maintaining.
You're lucky.
Whoa. I'm beating it at the core here. I fight it every day.
That's true. And you really have to, especially in this area.
Well, there's a war because we live up north. We don't get the sun like we should.
Right, and it's wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mother Nature's been terrible these last couple weeks.
Yeah.
I had the air conditioner on at 80 degrees. Now my furnace keeps kicking on.
Yeah.
And then who knows what that blows out through your house.
Exactly.
I'm bombarded. I'm going home to get another sip of silver.
There you go.
And do you have clients here in Pittsburgh?
Yes, at the office.
I had a check.
Yeah.
You're traveling the whole country.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I'm here every week.
Yeah, I bet. You were gone. I was trying to get
I'm
a
here
hold
every
of
week, but I'm gone every week too.
You made it here for us. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And what do you take? What's your regimen?
My regimen is taking a supplement called Arenda Immune.
What is that? Arenda Immune.
Arenda Immune is
How do you spell that?
Orenda. That's the name of the company.
Okay.
Which is actually Hopi Indian for the force.
I knew you were going deep. I just wanted to find out.
The force that flows through you that creates all good things.
Get out. That's the main thing that you take.
That's what. Yeah, that is one of the main.
And then
things
you supplement
I take.
other stuff as needed, or
the Arenda company has 4 products you take actually synergistically together. It's pretty simple and easy because you're only taking like 5 tablets a day in a spray.
You're kidding. That's cool.
Yeah, it affects all organ systems, so that's nice. But the Arenda Immune is the one that helps you detox toxins and then stops toxic.
Well, we're bombarded
reabsorption
by
in
it.
the colon.
Working in the newspaper industry, it was a production department. They had warnings on skids and the ink that they used.
Yeah.
We had guys that got cancer and different things over the years. So I started even taking a thing called chlorella.
Yeah, that's good too.
I started taking that for years, but then they had this radioactive problem over there. And they grow the chlorella there, and they say it's all pristine.
Yeah, that's right.
How can that be if you have 1 ounce of intelligence?
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
I was just testing you, doctor.
Yeah,
How'd I do?
Good, you did well.
Okay. I was just
Anyway,
trying.
the Arenda Immune is pretty amazing, and I travel with it wherever I go because it does protect you. So,
5 tablets and a spray, you can't go wrong.
It's good for hangovers too.
Get on. Well, I don't drink that much. Maybe 1 drink once in a while. So I stay with my water.
Yeah, I do too, pretty much. But there are some days.
Well, you've been a wealth of information. I'm glad I could pull out some of this information. We need a whole show on what you actually do.
Absolutely.
I think I could go with you toe by toe and step by step for most of it.
I think so too.
I'll handle that challenge.
Okay.
Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome.
It's
Thank
been
you
a
for
pleasure.
having me.
Tell them your phone number one more time. You have to. I know you're fatigued, but you got to get it out.
Why do you think I'm fatigued? 412-767-9890.
I recommend you call her now. As soon as you watch this show,
Absolutely.
no matter what time of day it is, they'll answer. Get back to Dr. Valerie.
We're open 5 days a week.
Is that all?
Yeah.
I figured nobody's fatigued at your place. They could go 24/7.
They're all out running races on the weekends.
Oh, do you have anybody in the marathon?
Yeah, absolutely.
How'd they do?
They did well. 7.57 mile. Not bad. For half marathon.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It's pretty
Thank
good.
you very much. We could keep talking all day, as you notice here, but
Yeah.
I do have another guest, and we only have an hour show. So
Okay.
I appreciate you being on. Thanks for making the time to be here.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Tell them your name, sir.
Frank Velasquez.
It's a pleasure seeing you again. We just set this up the other day. You're the AHN
Director of Sports Performance.
at the Cool Springs facility on Hamilton Road.
That is correct. And
Give them the phone number.
we have a facility in Wexford as well.
Oh, forget Wexford, right here in Bethel Park. It's a mile away from right here.
Not even.
Is it less?
I think so.
You're too precise.
I am.
I can't believe you grew up in Michigan and you're that precise here about.
Believe that.
I believe it. I'm a believer. Well, as you can tell, we're friends. We've talked a few times on the show.
Yeah.
How about the doctor was giving me health tips here?
Outstanding. Good stuff.
I didn't even talk about some yoga breathing. We should have covered that.
Diaphragmatic breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need you. How do you breathe right?
Through your belly.
All right.
No peacocks.
Oh, man. I can't believe all this information you have.
Yeah, no chest breathers.
Smoking Jim does that, so I try to help
I'm
him
praying
out.
for Smoking Jim. He needs
Well,
to get back. We
he
need to
said-
help him get back.
he said he's
you know
great.
A lot of people. You know a lot of people that
I know a lot of people.
I know you do that we can help them out.
I'm trying to send them your way. This will help. Tell them what you do at AHN Sports Complex.
That's a good question. We do a lot. We help people reach their goals. Everyone that comes through our doors wants to run faster, throw harder, jump higher, get up without pain.
Here, what's the top three? I quizzed the doctor on her top three. What's the top three that people are looking for to improve their life?
Because of my improve their life.
Yeah, I'm talking serious now because I'm sending them to you.
Sure.
Look at you. You're like 80 years old, but you look like you're 30.
I'm only 75, so don't
Man, the talking machine can exaggerate a little bit.
just a little. No, we work with active adults that want a little bit more than what they might get at a membership gym. We work with developing youth, okay, these kids that are starting to specialize at younger ages and do a lot of repetition.
Like you can help those pitchers. Like when I was pitching, that's one of the hardest things to do. You could strengthen my arm for me.
Well, we teach kids how to take care of their arm. And
Maybe add some strength to it. I want to throw fast.
well, everyone just talk to Noah Syndergaard.
I understand, but he needed you guys.
He did. He did.
I thought of you guys. Your man, who's up there? Brandon? No, not Brandon. JL.
JR
JR.
and Allen.
He's throwing 90 miles an hour, and Allen's throwing 90.
Well, we try to throw strikes. It doesn't matter how hard you throw unless you throw strikes.
I want to throw a couple of those 90s.
You do? Pick the wrong parents.
Ah, jeez. I won't come in for that. I'll come in for some cryo.
We can do that. I heard the doc talking about the marathoners. We've had several marathoners and halves PR yesterday at the Pittsburgh Marathon.
Did you?
And finished their first race. And this week is Marathon Recovery Week at our facility. So we're offering a 26.2% discount for all that ran.
Tell them the phone number to call.
412-437-3001 for Marathon Recovery Week. Cryotherapy, therapeutic massage, hands-on stretching to help all of our endurance athletes recover after letting it all out there yesterday in the Pittsburgh half. And
Help them recover quicker.
That's right.
No complaining.
No, so we can get back out and start training for their next race.
I'm glad you could come in the day after the marathon and put that sale at 26.2% discount.
And for the half marathoner?
Yeah, 13.1.
Bingo.
I can do math without a calculator.
You
I'm not a
can.
millennial.
No, you are an intelligent man.
I will do that. And I got so much to talk to you about. I was so proud that you got accepted to be the baseball trainer during the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, what a blessing.
How did that even come about?
Well,
I want the folks to know this guy's been involved in baseball in the Pittsburgh area and throughout the country.
Yeah, about 7 years ago, Jim Leland, when I was with the Pirates, came in to my office at PNC Park and asked if I would work with this kid, Patrick, who was just graduated from Bishop Canavan and was drafted by the Tigers, but he needed some strength and conditioning direction. So Jim asked me if I could do that, and I've known Jim since then and worked with Patrick. He's still in pro ball. And
is he?
Yeah.
That's
he was
great.
With the Washington Nationals this season, and so when Jim got the assignment to be the manager for Team USA, he asked if I was interested in being his strength coach, and of course,
unbelievable. That's how you got it.
That's how I got it.
It pays to know people in high places.
It does.
And I told him I have a Jimmy Leland story. I'm not going to say it on the air, but it has to do with horses. And it was one of the best nights I had. I had horses at the Meadows. I'll just say lightly, he was going to Miami the next day for the Marlins. And my trainer goes, "Would you like to meet Jimmy Leland?" We had the same horse. The horse won. And he's a huge horse fan. He loves the horses. So it was just great to be there and to know that you have friends like that. You sent me a little photo on my phone with you and him. Looked like Mutt and Jeff there.
It was a special opportunity and something we embraced, and I'll never forget. And the fact we won was icing on the cake. But being around Jim and the staff and the players for those 3 weeks was an awesome experience.
That was just great.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
My medal.
That's what I wanted to ask. I asked for the medal, this championship medal. This is like winning an Oscar here.
So we got the.
Look at that. World Baseball Classic. Jeff, can you get close-ups on here? Oh, man. Let me just touch.
Yeah, get on it. It's nice and heavy.
That is. It has some weight.
Yeah, so
It's real.
Bite it like Underdog. Remember Underdog used to bite those nickels?
Have no fear.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful medal.
That is amazing.
It's got all the different locations where we played and where the tournament was held and all the teams that were in it.
Unbelievable. Hold that up for the camera there. Jeff, can you pull in on that? Got one of the best cameramen in BP TV. Jeff's here. The talking machine got to take a second or two and take a breath. That's amazing.
You're speechless.
Well, I had to ponder my next thought because that's just awesome. I appreciate you bringing that here.
Oh, no problem. And thanks for having me. Thanks for asking for it.
Anytime. You're my man. Especially with this baseball, what you've been doing up at Cool Springs, the baseball program you have there.
Yeah.
What's going on with baseball up there now? Tell me.
All of our kids, a lot of our kids are in their season now, so spring sport athletes and our softball players, and this is the time we try to get out to watch them. You know, that's the first.
You go and watch them.
We try to. You know, if we have 4 or 5 kids playing in a game, we try to go catch the game because that's really the part I miss about working in pro ball.
Oh, I'll bet.
My guys every night. So we are in the process of scheduling summer camps at different outdoor parks, outdoor baseball, softball facilities around the Pittsburgh area.
Are you? That's great. And you'll go check them out.
Well, for our
somebody from your group.
For our summer camp, yeah, we have our pro instructors that'll be running 3 days worth, 9 to noon, for a great price, $100, 9 hours of instruction.
You got to be kidding me.
No, it's a great.
Give them that phone number,
412-437-3001.
Wow.
AHN Sports Performance and Physical Therapy.
How can you not call that number if you got kids in baseball?
And
here's my man, and softball too.
That's right.
You're pumping me up.
Tough to beat our level of instruction, and you know we focus on educating our ball players, our coaches, our parents on how to build durable athletes. You know, these kids are throwing more and more and year round, and we got to protect their arms and their low backs and their bodies, you know, so they don't miss, as I used to say, that you can't make the club in the tub. So
you know what? That's a true statement.
It is. I found it to be very true.
I need to ask you a little bit about your experience with the team.
Yeah.
Now, What did you actually do to treat some of these guys and put them in a workout regimen, or
Sure.
what were you doing with some of them?
So
Or all of them?
All of them. You know, I reached out to all their strength coaches, and they sent me the programs they were on at spring training, and I just met some of these guys. I knew Andrew and Harrison
Yeah.
and
The Pirates.
right. But so I wasn't going to go in there and revamp their programs. I was there to keep them consistent with what they were already doing. But the further we got into the tournament,
You take them further.
we started to become closer. You know, they started to trust me a little more, and they started asking questions. Well, what do you think about this, and how can I do this better?
Sort of like me.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what did you do?
I kept them healthy and kept them on the field. I prepared them every day to play, and then kept them up with their strength program. So when they got back to camp, because when we had our staff meeting, when we first came together with Joe Torre, Jim Leland, we had 2 goals. One was to win the whole.
Yeah, and you did.
We did, and the 2 was to send everyone back to their respective camps healthy, and we did.
So they're
that
ready
as
to
well.
play ball.
Right, we didn't, because the WBC has kind of a black cloud over it. You know, I was on the other
Here,
side.
let me just tell you, on the other side, people think they shouldn't even go to it.
Right, as a general manager or manager, I was on that side once where your star players went, and you're just like crossing your fingers that they don't get hurt.
Well, that's the biggest thing in this day and age. We can talk about it in all sports with injuries. You know, and this year in football, the kids started backing out of some of these games. And I don't know your feeling on it. What is your thought as a private person about these kids not playing a game or something?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I sort of felt that because of how you're proactive with putting them in things to keep them in a healthy situation.
Sure. Well, I'm all about the team, and if I go to battle with this group of guys for 6, 7, 8 months, and all of a sudden I'm going to pull the chute for my selfish reasons, you know, I get it. There's a lot of money
Well,
on.
they're talking millions, man.
We're talking millions, but you know, you put it in God's hands, and if you prepare and you do what you need to do, and I'm a Michigan guy, and Jake Butt blew out his ACL, you know, in the bowl game.
Yeah.
You know, he probably fell a few rounds in the draft, but
He did. He definitely did. Cost him millions.
But he'll be okay.
And he got some advertisement for toilet paper or something.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. A big contract.
Go figure that.
But better yet, he finished the season with his team.
Well, that means a lot when you play sports, grow up in sports,
Yeah.
bring kids into sports, your family's into it. I mean, it's all about that. So I'm with you on that.
Thank you.
But we're going to see more getting out of those games when they
Yeah.
get the bowl games. Because look at the nonsense with some of these bowl games that you have, too. You know, that gets a little crazy.
Yeah, there's about 50 of those games now. And,
I lost track.
Too many. Yeah. You know, I was just talking to my son about the Rose Bowl and how, you know, Michigan had always gone to the Rose Bowl, and then the winner of the Pac-10 had always gone to the Rose Bowl.
Sure, it's
Now,
historical.
Yeah.
It means something.
Right. Not so much anymore. It's about the dollar, and again, you know, that's what
Well, it's
makes
all
the
about
world
the
go
advertising.
around. Sure.
Look at the divisions that you have. But
Sure.
yeah, I wanted to take you off subject a little and dig deeper to see what your thoughts were. But
Yeah, no. You know, after January 1, I really don't watch college football unless Michigan's playing in the national championship. But for me,
you can't get rid of that. I
it's
understand
done.
that. You'll always be a Michigan guy.
I am a Michigan man. Thank God.
Makes sense. I'm glad you made it out tonight.
No.
What are you wearing here?
Oh, this was.
I want to hear that. I see you dressed up for the occasion.
Well, you know, you wanted me to represent. You know what?
World Baseball Classic. Come on, USA.
Looking back on it, it was pretty neat. You know, wearing the colors and I'd never been to a playoff situation or the postseason when I was in baseball with the Rangers or the Pirates, and the atmosphere that was in Miami and San Diego and LA was very much postseason. And,
Was it?
And the chance of USA and us playing against the Dominican and Japan and the close games, it was very exciting. And
Well, I started watching a couple of the games because I heard about it, and they were just going crazy about little plays, and it's like, wow, the enthusiasm here is just off the charts.
yeah, I think the whole tournament
Right.
really opened up some eyes this year, and there was some great competition and some exciting finishes to games, and it was just, I'm very honored and humbled to be able to wear these colors.
Hey, you look good in the colors, I'll tell you. USA.
Thank you.
I like that. The hat, forget about it. Where's that AHN?
Well,
I know you work for them and you're promoting them. That's pretty good. We'll talk.
They pay the bills, so
Amen. You need that.
I do.
Definitely.
I do. But this was good. You know, I enjoyed it. It was a great opportunity, and you know, probably once in a lifetime.
Oh, I'll bet it definitely is a
Yeah.
once in a lifetime there for sure. Will Jimmy be a manager next year or a couple years from now? He's smoking too much. You got to get that smoking fiend
I
down.
hope so. He's a great man. You know, a pure heart, really cares about his people, and they did a great job assembling that team. The guys that we had, those 27 guys, they wanted to be there. And
Really?
that was the difference for me. You know, it meant something.
Did they talk about it? They were glad to be there and were excited about it?
I think
or-
there was some media, talking to each individual player, but like I said, they put this team together and picked the right character guys. And
Hey, and they performed
they did. They came through. They came together fast.
with some assistance.
Well, with a lot of assistance.
Whoa, I knew it would come out. I could get you on that.
Hey, it takes a team. It takes a team, Machine.
I respect that as the machine.
Yeah,
No
man.
doubt about it.
Yeah.
Work on those fundamentals like my dad used to tell with different things working out. He'd do his treadmill, do his walking, do his bike, do some weights.
Keep it simple.
Fundamentals, and then he'd eat like a rabbit.
Eat breakfast, eat
yeah.
all graze all day, stay hydrated, get your rest at night, and you got to throw in some exercise in there.
Yeah, and then we got to get Dr. Valerie in here to get that immune system there. Take 5 tablets and spray up, and then get the stem cell research, 50,000 a shot or whatever. So we'll fix you up with the stem cells.
That's above my pay grade.
Mine too. That's why I'm just doing the green tea.
Hey,
6 to 12 cups.
clinically proven to melt abdominal fat. That's why you look the way you do.
That's it. Plus coconut oil. It's helping me out.
That's right. Keep the cholesterol.
Glad you noticed that. Thank you, boss.
I'm very perceptive. I always trust my eyes and ears.
Well, in this case,
They've served me well.
They've
over the
worked.
years.
they're spot on. No, we're just about out of time here on the show. I appreciate you coming in.
Ah.
What else do you want to say about the facility? Anything else going on there? Because it's amazing. Been open only a little over a year.
Yeah.
With what you guys do. I mean, 174,000 square foot building.
Yeah, we're doing great into our second year, and the physical therapy is really going, and our baseball, softball academy, and then our strength training services. Like I said, we have marathon recovery week, so all those
26.2 discount.
percent or
13.1 for the half.
And then we have our summer development programs coming up for all of our college kids coming back from school, and our high school kids. They'll train with us 3 days a week, and then they'll play their respective sports at night.
3 days a week.
For 6 weeks, yeah. We have 2 6-week programs that'll get you through
Wow.
the summer.
What does that cost, boss?
It costs a little bit of money.
Okay, I know we're spending some money now. We're boosting them.
Visit per visit, it's a great bang for your buck.
I like that $100 program there at the parks
Oh yeah.
for the
baseball,
sports.
softball,
Yeah, tell me one more time on that one.
It's our summer development camps for baseball and softball. Look for them on social media.
We're going to look for you back on Pittsburgh Sportsline in another month or so to see how developments are.
June's our first one. It's at Riverside. No,
I don't know.
Riverview.
You're from Michigan. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out later. Just call that number.
412-437-3001.
I like that number. I can't forget it now. It's different than that main number. They never give me to you guys anyhow. It sends me elsewhere.
You got the bat line to me.
Oh, I was direct, right on the cell. You answered on the second ring.
That's right. In my household, 2 rings, never before.
Wow. That person you were stretching was screaming.
I don't know about that.
They needed more stretching. I'm just kidding there. But I appreciate you picking up. Hey, thanks again for bringing this medal in. That was just awesome to see that.
Thanks for having me. Thanks. It's always a pleasure to come, and I'm missing Smoking Jim, but you did a good job tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll have you back again. You're my man.
All right.
New best friend. Take care, Frank.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. I hope you enjoyed our show. Did this first show at Campiti's Pizzeria. Check them out, 4603 Library Road. It's behind the Sheets. You can't miss the Sheets on 88. There's a group of shops back here. And I always end with the show with Stay Joey Strong.